Hi everybody, and welcome back to Art a la Carte. So on today's Wednesday video, I thought it'd be fun to do a little speed painting or drawing of this cute mermaid, and then to share a little story with you. So I often talk to you guys about different artists that have inspired me, or events in my life that have inspired me, and I usually talk about the big ones like my story with meeting Disney animators, but I wanted to share two events that really impacted my decision to want to pursue art from two people who I don't even know if they knew I was watching them. And the reason I want to share this story is a lot of times as artists, as we're drawing, we attract people who like to sit and watch us. And I don't know about you, but that can be really, well, at least for me in the beginning, it was really nerve-wracking. It made me very self-conscious to have people stand behind and watch me draw. Just because I was afraid I would make a mistake, or they would, expect the drawing to be completely finished when it was halfway done, and, they couldn't see the finished piece that I saw in my mind. Things like that would make me nervous to have people watch me draw. And it wasn't until I kind of thought back to these two people that I realized it's important that we let people watch us draw. And whether we make mistakes or not, it's a good thing. We never know the effect that we may have on those people. So let me tell you my story. So the first one was when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I went to a park up in Spokane, Washington. My family and I had moved up there, and there's this beautiful park called Manitou Park. And in fact, the park has many little parks. Like, it has different themed parks, like the rose gardens, and it has these big foresty tree areas. But my favorite place is the Japanese gardens. Love, love, love them. In fact, I think I have one video at the vlog I did when I visited my parents up in Spokane. I think I took some video of that, and I might have even shared a little bit of the story in that video. But if you want to see the actual location, if you look back on my vlog videos, you will find it and you can see it. Anyway, while I was there with some of my friends, I saw who I thought was probably a grown-up at the time. She was probably maybe even a high school student. And she was sitting on a rock next to the koi pond, and she was sketching. And it was like a magical moment for me to see this artist. I don't know, it kind of reminded me of like a mermaid sitting on a rock. And I remember walking up and slowly looking over her shoulder, trying not to be totally obvious, but I totally was, to see what she was drawing. She was drawing the fish in the pond. And I remember she kind of looked at me through the corner of her eye and kind of kept drawing, and I kept standing. And then my two friends who were with us saw, and they just they weren't as discreet as I was. And so they just jumped right up there and began talking to her. And instead of like shooing them away or telling them, not to bother her, she started showing her work to us and engaging us in, not deep conversation, but, she was very friendly. And then she kept working, and she just didn't mind that we stood there and watched her create. And I remember how happy, the feeling, I was just so happy that she included me in this moment. And she got to sit in this beautiful park that I loved, and I wanted to have an excuse to be able to come and sit in this park. And I love drawing, and I thought, this is something I could do. I could be an artist and sit on a rock and draw some fish. And that impacted my little 8, 9-year-old self. I will say that as of right now, I have yet to sit on a rock and draw koi fish, but every time I walk past a koi pond, I remember that memory and go, man, I wish I had my sketchbook with me. So that is memory number 1. Memory number 2 is, I think it was late at night. It was dark, but it was the middle of winter, still when we lived up in Spokane. And again, I was probably 9, maybe 10 at this time. And my mother coming and saying, get your coat on, get your shoes on, we're going to go someplace. And, we just didn't do that. And so I can't remember if we drove or we walked. I remember it was cold out. I don't think there was snow yet, so we probably drove. And we drove up to our local mall, which is an outdoor mall. So each store had its own individual, walls and windows. And several of the stores had just floor-to-ceiling windows. There was really no, concrete walls. And the mall was closed. It wasn't open. And I thought this was very odd that we were going there. And we got out of the car and we walked to this one building, and the lights were on in that one store. And it was still closed, but there was a person inside, and they were a window painter. And she was painting a Christmas scene on the windows. And my mom just stood there outside the store, and together we just stood and watched her paint. And I remember her kind of looking at us going, why are these people standing here at night when the mall is closed? But she didn't do anything. She just kind of smiled at us and waved, and then tried to focus on her work. But it is magical. I don't know if you ever watched someone paint on a window. It is stinking magical. In fact, I did that for several years. I went and became a window painter and painted all the little snow scenes and all that. It was super fun. But again, same kind of memory, just being an artist is cool, and I want to do that. So those two stories, on top of, the other different interactions I had with other artists, really helped cement this desire to be an artist in me and to create art, and not only just create it for myself, but to share it with other people. So if someone comes up behind you while you're sketching, smile at them, maybe talk to them. I know it can feel kind of awkward, so be ready with a smile and a little wave, and then go back to your work and just let people watch. It can be challenging, but you just never know who you're going to impact. Well, thank you guys for watching me as I drew this mermaid. Hopefully it encouraged you to want to go and draw something. And if you do draw something, I love to see what you draw. So make sure to post that on Instagram or Twitter and tag me in those so I see it. Also, if you enjoyed this picture, I will let you know someone who lives in Portland will be getting this. Hopefully. I'm going to be doing another art drop in Portland on Saturday, this Saturday. So this Saturday, September 10th, 2016, I'm going to be doing an art drop up in Portland near the convention center where they're doing the Rose City Comic-Con. Somewhere around there, probably, because that's where I'm going to be. I will be dropping this off. Plus, if you live around that area and would like to meet with me, I would love to say hi to you guys. Even if you're not going to the Rose City Comic-Con and you'd like to come and meet up with me, I love saying hi to you guys. It's a real treat for me. So let me know in the comment section if anyone is in the Portland area, would like to meet up and say hi, and we'll schedule a time someplace. I don't know where yet because I've never been to the convention center, so I don't really know what's around there. So yeah, and until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.